Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video by McDonald Bullion, and for today's video I'm going to talk about is it still worth buying from the Royal Mint directly. I'm going to try and cover some of the topics when it comes to some of the controversy when it comes to the Royal Mint, most notably their milk spotting issue when it comes to their silver coins, and also the controversy over the cancellation of the Monarchy series, which was a series that I was personally collecting in my stack as well, and unfortunately they've cancelled it, so it's not going to be something that's going to be completed, so which is a shame. But starting off with the Royal Mint, is it still worth purchasing from the Royal Mint? The Royal Mint are a world-renowned mint. They are very, very well known in the coin collecting numismatic bullion world. They create the Britannia, which I have in front of you here. This is the silver Britannia, which you can acquire in gold as well. I'm pretty sure you can acquire it in platinum, other metals, but this is a silver one that I have in front of you. And one of the main problems the Royal Mint have had is going to be their milk spotting issue. Milk spotting is a problem that the Royal Mint face amongst other mints in the world, where some milky texture, white coloured substance gets on the coin, and it's an issue with the annealing process. Now, is this a problem that the Royal Mint can fix? Probably. I remember speaking to the Royal Mint about it a couple of years ago, and they couldn't really give me a definitive answer, whether that they know and they didn't want to tell me, or whether they just don't know at all, or the person who I spoke to. It was something that kind of had me head scratching, thinking, well, why is it not? Why has nothing been done about it? And so when we look to other mints, the Canadian Mint, for example, the Royal Canadian Mint, have ultimately looks like they've slowed the process down when it comes to their milk spotting issue. And if you haven't seen an older Canadian maple, they used to milk spot really, really bad. The very first silver coin that I think I ever purchased was a silver maple 2012 one, and it was prior to the Mint Shield being introduced in 2018. The Mint Shield was introduced to basically slow down or try and stop that milk spotting issue on their coins, and from my own personal experience, I haven't seen a bad maple coin going past 2018 since that Mint Shield was introduced. The same can't be said for Britannias. Britannias have a terrible milk spotting issue. I don't have an issue really so much with the one that I have. I think it's very much a hit and miss when it comes to the coins that you get, but I know that people have bought tubes, etc., and it's a very common issue that hits many stackers, many collectors, many people that purchase Britannias worldwide. It's an issue that the Royal Mint are hopefully going to deal with soon, but we're yet to see that happen anytime soon, that's for sure. But the milk spotting issue when it comes to the Royal Mint, does it affect me buying their coins? Well, when it comes to bullion, if you can buy bullion at a good price, and when I mean by a good price, it's going to be just, you know, a couple of pounds over spot perhaps, then it's really not a bad buy. Silver bullion form is, you know, despite what some people feel buying bullion is, you know, whether it's investment, I see it as an investment or savings. It can be a good way to still buy silver at an affordable price, and some people see it as a bit of a feature on coins. You never know, we could see it as a feature on coins when it comes to going forward in the future, but ultimately I would like the Royal Mint to sort it out if they can. We're yet to see it. The Canadians can do it, so why can't we? Also, in addition, just touching upon some of the cancellation on the series that the Royal Mint have declared, basically. And it's going to be the Monarchy series, which was I think it was a 26 run series of all the kings and queens in the UK, England. I think it was starting, I have to double check who the starting monarch is, I don't want to say the wrong one, it will pop up for you, but it started from then, and then it will run, I assume, all the way to Charles III or Elizabeth II, and I was really looking forward to seeing the whole collection pan out. It was going to be quite a long release. I think the final coin was going to be released in 2026, I think the last one was Elizabeth II, but you know, it's been cancelled, and it's a shame because we've only seen just a limited number of these being released in lots of different variations of size. I remember the one that I was collecting was the 1 ounce silver proofs, and at £100 it's not a cheap collection. You're thinking over £2,600 just to complete that whole collection. And also when it comes about the future, if you look to liquidate it, then is it really going to be a good investment, or is it more so a collection? But I thought it would just absolutely fantastic to have them all together, to buy one whenever you could. But unfortunately, they've cancelled it, and it's somewhat of a surprise to me. I know that the 2-ounce versions wasn't selling very well. You could pick up the 2-ounce versions on their website long after when they released those coins, but it's a shame really when it comes to, you know, the collectors and the people buying those proof sets, those proof coins, you know, and they can't complete their collections because the Royal Mint have cancelled it. And you know, it bears that question to them to say, well, if you're going to cancel this series, what's to say that you're not going to cancel another series? And it's something that we see perhaps that's going to happen with the Tudor Beast series, which I know that they're releasing a new coin soon, or they're supposed to be. I think it was in the works. I don't personally collect the Tudor Beast series. I can't even say what their next coin is going to be, but from seeing other channels, the coins that have been released, they are a very nice collection. And I know, looking at the Queen's Beast series, which was released a few years ago, that was a lovely collection to have. And people and collectors, stackers do like stacking those types of sets, but hopefully we don't see a cancellation going forward when it comes to that specific set, that specific Tudor Beast set. We don't want the same to happen, you know, as it was to the monarchy, because it's a real shame when you pay that amount of money and you get involved in that type of collection. The last thing you want to see is the mint cancel it and you can't complete your collection. So what do you do with it? Do you keep it? Do you sell it? Does it go up in value? Who knows? We're yet to see it, and you know, I don't know whether we'll see the Royal Mint bring it back. Who knows? We'll see going forward. But the Tudor Beast series, it'd be interesting to see what the Royal Mint say about that. It looks like they're doing a bit of a reshuffle after their announcement to cancel the Monarchy series, but we're yet to see. Who knows? And also, it leads me on to some of the other products the Royal Mint do as well. They do bunks, they do lots of different other coins. It's not just silver and gold. They do the Cupronickel coins, the 50p commemoratives, for example. They also do the £2 and crowns and things like that. Are they still worth buying for the Royal Mint? And I'm going to simply give you an answer and say yes. You might find that the Royal Mint's prices, when it comes to their products, it's controversial. If you say it's overpriced, it's worth 50p, yeah, I suppose, but then you've got the information booklet and you've got the nice display, and it's a collector's item. It's going to be more expensive. It's not going to be face value. It's not going to be, you know, when it comes to for example, I've got here a Platinum Jubilee 50p coin, which is quite difficult to capture on camera, but that's not going to be worth 50p. You know, despite what some people say, it's in a nice display case, and it's the collector's value on it. The intrinsic value, I want to say, is 50p. Okay, fair enough. But the purchasing from the Royal Mint, when it comes to those 50p's, I think they're around about £12. I think 12 to £15 or so. They are still worth buying. I like them. I personally buy them myself, but I don't buy every single one. And that's just purely because the Royal Mint released so many 50p's, so many different coins, I just can't keep up with it. And unless you've got, you know, I suppose a big supply of money or something, and you really want to buy all those coins, then go ahead. But in terms of me, I just try and stick to ones I like, and perhaps commemorations as well. I picked up the 50p's from the Platinum Jubilee, also the Coronation as well, because the Coronation is it was a big event, despite what some people may feel about it, whether they like it or don't. It was a big event, it was a big commemoration, and it was a huge change to the coins that we see. You know, we're switching from Elizabeth II over to Charles III on our coins, and you've seen lots of different coins that's been released as well. Probably more than I would have liked personally. We've seen lots of different sort of Jubilee, Memorial, Struck on the Day coins, Charles III, you know, sovereigns alone. If you collect like sovereigns or other coins, then it was a bit of a expensive year, I suppose, unfortunately, when it comes to those types of coins. But it's really nice to see loads of different designs, I suppose. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Again, I personally feel that less is more. So if I was to see what I would personally like from the Royal Mint going forwards, and in my humble opinion, and you don't have to share the same one, but I would like to see them do less, but, you know, increase the quality when it comes to the products they're selling. Most notably on the bullion. I know it's investment bullion, and I know it's, you know, but the milk spotting issue, it can be sorted. and it just lets it down because the Royal Mint have some absolutely fantastic designs, some of the best I've ever seen. You know, you've got Una and the Lion, you've got the Britannia, they're well renowned. They are great looking coins, they're great looking bars. You know, this Una and the Lion bar, despite some people don't really like this, but I think it's really nice. And the bar that was released a few years ago, that was really nice as well. You've obviously got the proof set that was released by the Great Engravers series, which is still ongoing, I think. That's another set. Hopefully they don't cancel. But that set, the Una and the Lion coin, was released £180 and it's grown 10 times in value. You can't pick it up for less than £1,000, I think. So there is still a big market for Royal Mint products. And I think there is going to be for going forward. But I know that it has put off some people and has turned them away to go to other mints around the world, which is absolutely fair enough. You know, you've got lots of other great mints, lots of other great collector sets that you can pick up, which is great. And ultimately, you have to buy what you like and what you love, really. Otherwise, you know, it's the question of why are you doing it if you don't enjoy it? And if the Royal Mint is not for you, then fair enough. Who's to tell you that you should be buying from them, because that's not what this video is about. But I did want to address some of the controversy and some of my sort of humble opinion when it comes to the experience that I've had with the Royal Mint. I haven't had a bad product from the Royal Mint personally, but when it comes to their pricing on some of their products, I do think it's a bit hefty. But you know, when it comes to some of the coins and whether I'm going to still buy from them going forward, you know, I probably will, but I don't think I'm going to be buying as much from them going forward as I did in the past. I do think their bullion is a little bit expensive. I think you can get it cheaper if you get from someplace else, like lots of other bullion dealers like Tavex Bullion, Chards, Atkinson's. There's lots of great bullion dealers in the UK, but when it comes to the bunk packs and the commemorative coins and things, I really don't see a problem still picking them up from the Royal Mint. The RNLI coin that I have purchased, I had to get privately because I couldn't get one from the Royal Mint, and that had increased in value. So I couldn't pick it up at the price the Royal Mint set. It was actually more expensive. And you could say that, well, you know, it's the hype at the time and it cools off after a period. Yes, but it was a coin that I liked, and I got it. But I'd love to hear your opinions when it comes to the Royal Mint. Do you agree? Do you disagree with some of the stuff that I have said about them? But ultimately, they are a great mint when it comes to their designs, but it's just a few little things that let them down, and hopefully they rectify them and we see a better thing going forward, I suppose. But I'm optimistic about it. I think things can change. I think things can change for the better, but we will see. And so thank you very much for listening. And if you are new here and you haven't subscribed already, then please subscribe. If you want to become a channel member and support the channel further, big shout out to our channel member Average Stacker 82. Then you can do so. And also, if you want a discount on gold products when it comes to a very reliable and trustworthy bullion dealer, Tavex Bullion have provided me a discount code, which is MacDonald Bullion 0501. Put that in the checkout if you're buying gold, specifically gold bars and some selected gold coins from Tavex Bullion. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.